This machine here is a Singer 24 circa 1913. This is the machine that had a broken lower drive shaft. That hand crank there is from the circa 1905 parts machine, and so is the wheel. There was a slight difference between the wheels. So I figured if I'm going to convert this to a hand crank machine, I should probably use that wheel. It seems to work a little bit better. It's a little bit rounder and smaller. Here you see the broken lower drive shaft that came out of the 1913 sewing machine. Here's the other piece. This would be inserted into the wheel, this end right here. There are two screws holding the wheel. There's the large screw there and the smaller screw here. It'd be on the back like that. I removed those two. And then there was this collar here. Between these two machines, one collar was thicker than the other, and the thicker one had longer screws. But the collar would go up like that. The screws were quite stuck. I had to lubricate them and use a rubber mallet to tap on a screwdriver to loosen them up. I did not have to remove this screw, which I was afraid that I would have to, but I didn't have to. And I was quite concerned that I would be over my head if I had to remove the mechanics in here to remove the lower drive shaft. But I did not have to, because the lower drive shaft connects into here. Let's see, pull this out. This is the end that comes out. Goes up through, and then there are two screws. There's one screw hole. There's the other screw hole. So I removed those two screws, and then on the 1913 broken machine I was able to readily pull that lower drive shaft out, and then it freed everything up in here. The parts machine, I had to tap the lower drive shaft out. It was a little bit more stubborn. The 1905 parts machine had a broken piece here, and it was an overall rough shape, aesthetically anyway. Someone had cut on the top of it here. I'm not sure what they were trying to do by doing that. It had this base, which I think someone homemade. I don't know what happened to the original base, but I assume it would have been, well, a little bit smaller, and it would have had a dome top. And then when you would want to put this away, you would fold that up in a different spot, probably lower down or something, to make it more compact so it fits in. The 1913 machine that I fixed was originally a treadle model. I only bought the machine. That's, you know, the seller didn't have a base for it. And when it arrived in shipping, its treadle belt cover had, you know, there'd be a screw connecting it here that had fallen away. Yeah, the drive shaft broke in shipping, the belt cover came off. I have the screw. Yeah, I could have put that back on, but since I'm going to be using this as a hand crank, that's not necessary. But this is what it would have looked like originally. And you see, on this one that was originally a hand crank to begin with, it also has that spot. There's also some wear in that spot. But in that regard, it looks like this could have been a treadle if they had decided on that.